What comes to mind when I use the word magic hour? Well, in the labor and delivery world, the magic hour refers to the first 60 minutes after an infant's birth. And it's magical because there's a number of developmental and physiological changes that occur for the infant as well as for the mother. And how we utilize this time as labor and delivery professionals can make a great impact on the future for the mother and for the infant. Research suggests that infants placed skin to skin for the first hour after birth have a higher rate of exclusive breastfeeding as well as improved thermoregulation as compared to infants who are not placed skin to skin. Infants placed on the mother's chest immediately after birth have higher rates of exclusive breastfeeding. Dr. Jack Newman, in an article titled The Importance of Skin-to-Skin Contact that can be found on Newman's Breastfeeding Clinic and Institute website, states that with skin-to-skin contact, the mother and the baby exchange sensory information that stimulates and elicits baby behavior. Baby behavior consists of rooting and searching for the breast. They are also able to stay calm, breathe more easily, stay warm, and maintain their body temperature as well as their blood sugar more easily than infants that are not placed skin to skin. This allows the infant to latch on without any help, and they're more likely to latch on and get more milk easily as compared to infants who are not placed skin to skin. This visual aid here that I provided is a graph, and it gives a reported skin-to-skin rates and exclusive breastfeeding rates at 3 months in 2007, 2009, and 2011. It is provided by the National Center of Chronic and Disease Prevention, and it's from their breastfeeding report card in 2013. In 2007, the skin-to-skin rate was 40.8, and exclusive breastfeeding at 3 months postpartum was 33.5. 2009, skin-to-skin increased to 43.4, and breastfeeding exclusively at 3 months was 35.7. And in 2011, skin-to-skin was 54.4, and exclusive breastfeeding at 3 months was 40.7. This shows a definite correlation between skin-to-skin in the first hour and exclusive breastfeeding at 3 months. The World Health Organization and United Nations Children's Fund recommend that all healthy mothers and babies have uninterrupted skin-to-skin beginning immediately after birth for at least 1 hour or until the first feed if breastfed. Jeanette Crenshaw, in the Healthy Birth Practices number 6, Keeping Baby and Mother Together, It's Best for Mother, states that lack of skin-to-skin care and early separation have a negative effect on maternal behavior as shown by rougher handling during feedings, and may make the infant's self-attachment and breastfeeding more difficult. Breastfeeding awakens during skin-to-skin contact, and newborns exhibit a species-specific sequence of 9 behaviors that result in finding and attaching to the breast on their own. Also, Dr. Crenshaw states that an essential practice for safe and healthy birth is to keep mothers and babies together and ensure unlimited opportunities for skin-to-skin care and breastfeeding. When the mother has skin-to-skin care, they have higher levels of oxytocin at birth, and it helps explain why researchers have found a relationship between early skin-to-skin and breastfeeding exclusively. Also, babies who have had early skin-to-skin care were more likely to exclusively breastfeed at the hospital discharge and breastfed for longer durations than infants that were not placed skin-to-skin. Also, shorter intervals between birth and the start of skin-to-skin and longer time spent to skin-to-skin have improved breastfeeding exclusively and duration as well. Now, infants placed on the mother's chest immediately after birth are more stable, having better thermal regulation than infants under a warmer. Newborns who have had skin-to-skin care have enhanced thermal regulation, in an article also by Dr. Crenshaw. The risk of neonatal hypothermia is reduced by skin-to-skin care as the maternal breast quickly adjusts in temperature to regulate the newborn's temperature, promoting thermal regulation. And also, interrupting skin-to-skin care for early bathing does increase the risk of neonatal hypothermia. Caroline Rogers, in an article titled Why Kangaroo Care Should Be Standard in the Journal of Midwifery and Women's Health, states, one of the biggest threats to any newborn is hypothermia. Skin-to-skin contact was found to be more effective than conventional neonatal care in preventing hypothermia, and skin-to-skin initiated within 10 minutes of birth is the most natural and immediately available way to warm a newborn as non-routine care. Now, skin-to-skin holding better regulates an infant's body temperature, and the breasts themselves have been shown to change in temperature to accommodate a baby's changing body temperature and regulate to their needs. And the assistance given by the mother's body in temperature regulation helps the baby conserve energy and redirects calorie expenditure towards growth and weight gain. Now, with this information I provided to you, it is evident that an infant placed skin-to-skin with their mother following birth have increased rates of exclusive breastfeeding and improved thermal regulation in comparison to infants not placed skin-to-skin. And there are many reasons that kangaroo care is highly recommended to be initiated immediately following birth. The benefits to the infant include a higher rate of successful breastfeeding, exclusive breastfeeding, as well as improved thermal regulation in comparison to infants that are not placed skin-to-skin.